Hi everybody, it's Sarah. Today we're going to look at how the next Mercury retrograde will affect our Pisces friends. If you want to learn more about the overall meaning of Mercury retrograde, check out this video, link here and link above. But in this video, we're just going to talk about the effects it's going to have on Pisces natives. So what I have done is I have Reiki'd and shuffled the cards, and I'm going to shuffle them during this video. And I will pull 3 cards from Oracle Fairy deck and 1 from the Ascended Master deck to get an idea of what Pisces will be facing, the challenges, the lessons, and the message from this immense Mercury retrograde. It's going to be very interesting because part of it is in Aquarius and the other part is in your native sign of Pisces. So yes, you can expect it to really center on you, your emotions, and life lessons that maybe that are brewing are going to probably come up. But let's let the cards tell us, okay? And once again, this is a general reading for Pisces natives or anyone that has Pisces in ascendant or rising sign as well. It is a general blanket reading, so obviously it's not going to fit everyone, and that's okay. I am currently booking for February readings right now if you would like to book your own personal reading. But regardless, if this doesn't resonate with you, just pass it on by, no worries, and I hope you find what you're looking for. Okay, let me shuffle and let's see. And the first card is new location. We've seen this come up quite a bit lately, haven't we? It's also coming up quite a bit in private readings I'm doing. This is definitely a time of big, dramatic changes, and you've been thinking about making these changes for some time. 2019 wasn't an easy year for you. 2018 wasn't the best time either. So you've been keeping it together. That's about the best way to put it. Things haven't been great in a while. You've been thinking for some time about maybe making this move, whether this is changing careers or whether this is, moving house. And now that we're in 2020, you know that yes, it is time to move on, or it's time for a change. Let's put it that way. Whether that's a new job, a new school, or a new house. But for one reason or another, you've been dragging your feet. Well, probably because change is difficult. We don't like it, even when we know it's the right thing to do, because it is immense responsibility. It throws everything into chaos, and there is always too that fear of what if we get into something worse. But that will not happen to you, Pisces. This will be an easy and for the most part stress-free, really easy, clear move that will change your life dramatically, yes, and then things will start falling into place. It is huge and immense to think about doing any of those things, changing jobs, moving house, changing school. It's just immense. If you take some time to reflect on it, you haven't been happy where you are in a very long time. Yeah? So what are you doing? Why are you making yourself suffer and by default making your family and those around you suffer because you weren't happy? So if you've been putting this off and you were waiting for a sign, here you go. And I'm not pointing the finger at you. I think it's something that we all do. We don't relish change, and we all kind of have a propensity to stay in situations longer than we should just out of convenience. So if that is you, expect that message to definitely come up during the retrograde cycle, and you will be reminded why it is that you wanted to move in the first place. So does that mean the situation at work is going to become volatile, or at home? Probably, because chances are good you've run out of space at home and your home is no longer serving you and it's no longer the sanctuary you need it to be. So it's time to move on. Same thing with work. It's not rewarding you in the correct way. It's not allowing you to grow as an individual, and you're probably feeling smothered and very unappreciated there. It's time. It's time to really think about why you haven't moved yet and decide what you want in the next place or your next job or your next school for that matter. Start making a list of what you require, and don't move yet though. Wait until the cycle is over before you take the plunge and you actually do move, okay? If you're in the middle of a big change right now, it's fine because you instigated it before retrograde, so it's okay. It should be quite favorable. Okay, so that's very interesting. It looks like a lot of folks are going to be moving. So let's see what the next card is. Let me shuffle really quick. Well, family harmony. And I would say, yes, this ties in with the moving lesson. Things are not really good at home. They're not horrible, but they're not as good as you would like it to be. And that will continue to surface during the retrograde until you make some sort of peace with this. Whether that means, yes, changing jobs so that the money flows and things are happier at home, or moving into a house, like I say, if you've outgrown where you're at now. Family harmony means a lot to Pisces because so much goes on internally with Pisces that they never let on. And that's why a calming, soothing, peaceful, and secure home life is really needed for Pisces individuals. So much is going on with you internally. You need that comfort of being able to come home and relax and not be in chaos and not be in drama and not be fighting. You need an island of serenity, so to speak, to really just kind of chill with everything happening around you. And when it's not like that, when your home life is chaotic and filled with drama, it's really hard for you to function. It's like overwhelm. But this is usually not apparent on the outside. So you may not even realize yourself how much your home life is impacting the rest of your life. Same thing with if your job is off, how much it's impacting your overall life. That's why you have to be in harmony. You have to have a harmonious home life, a harmonious work environment. And so people don't really know this about you. So if you're living in, say, a roommate situation and your roommate is very different than you and likes to have people over or has a different level of tidiness than you, it may really be upsetting you, and it could be a sign that, yeah, it's time to leave. So you can expect all of these issues to come up during the cycle to remind you why you need to leave. Pisces is one of the most intelligent signs of the zodiac. If you're not happy at home, though, it's throwing everything out of whack in your life. It's really important that you address these problems. Once again, don't make any drastic changes during the retrograde cycle, but start journaling it, start thinking on it, and start writing out your thoughts. What would be the most logical fix to the situation? What would be the most practical? Now that you know that, come at it with Pisces logic, which means you can think outside the box. You can apply your high intellect to the problem and figure out a way where it will be an easy transition for everyone, your entire family. And don't stay bogged down where you are just because. Don't make any rash moves. But something you can start doing is start whittling down your possessions. Maybe if you're going to move, start, cleaning out the closets, things like that. The stuff that you're holding on to that maybe you no longer want or is no longer useful in your life, you can donate to charity. You can do things like that during this time. Finish old projects, anything that you started prior to the retrograde. It's really good to finish it and not start, as I say, anything new. So really that's going to be an issue, actually, for a lot of people, I think, during this particular cycle. The Aquarius part of it is going to be about being an individual, being who you are, and really pushing you to get out of that hidden area of yourself and tell people who you are and let them see you. The Pisces part of this is going to be probably very confusing with so much information, so much daydreamy stuff and imagination and things. So a lot of people are going to be really struggling through it. I don't think it's going to be that hard for you, though. So let's draw the last card. So this is about listening to your gut instinct and following your own inner wisdom. You can go to a reader, you can ask mentors and teachers for advice, but ultimately you have to live with the consequences. So it's ultimately up to you, right? If you can live with the situation the way it is for, say, the next year or maybe even the next 5 years, okay. If you can't, then obviously it's up to you to make a change. So look at the problems that come up during the cycle and think about ways that you can address them that will be efficient and that will be easy on everyone involved. For instance, if you're offered a new job across the country or in another country, what's that going to do to your family? It might be a great opportunity, but if you have children in school and your spouse has a job, what is it going to do to them? So it's about looking at the big picture and not jumping on the first opportunity that you're given. That's the big thing for the year of the rat, 2020. We're going to be looking at so many opportunities. That's why it's really a good idea to have a game plan so that you know what's for you and what's not for you. It sounds easy when we talk about it like this, but in reality, it can be kind of hard when, maybe your dream job opens up, but it's thousands of miles from where you live and it's going to be a major disruption for everyone in your household. Is it really the right thing to do? So if you have the luxury of thinking on it for a while, say 30 days before you have to give an answer, I would say definitely do that. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't jump out there and, change everything overnight just because. It won't work well. So let's draw the last card, which will be the Ascended Master card, to give you an idea of what you can use. So let's see what you can use to make this simpler or draw from. Oh, meditation. Okay, well, see, there you go. Meditate on this, journal on this, think on this. Don't rush out there. Take some time to really ponder it and look at it from everybody's point of view. Pisces has a tendency to get bogged down in the details, and because of that, they don't always move forward. Right now, this will be a blessing because people that jump out and make major changes during the retrograde always pay for it later because things never work out. Listen to your gut, sit with it a while, meditate, and also maybe work on getting yourself back in balance because you have been pushing really hard, Pisces, and you've been trying to be everything for everyone. And in doing that, you've kind of been neglecting yourself, your own duties, your own self-care, your own routine. So this would also be a great time to get back and balance yourself, do some meditation, spend some time outside, weather permitting, work on some of your own projects and get them finished. So overall, I would say it's pretty good. It's not anything surprising though, because like I say, you've been thinking about moving, you've been thinking about changing jobs and changing your situation up. You've been thinking about all of this, but it's still in that stage of, is it really worth it? Is it worth the disruption it's going to cause? And I would say from this reading, yes. It really is, because if you can change your home life or you can change your career, everything else should flow a lot better, and you should feel better, and also your family should feel better. It's going to be an interesting time. Really watch out and don't get caught up in daydreaming so much that you forget to live in this reality, and don't let things slip through the cracks during this time because you are daydreaming. Don't let it become something where you forgot to renew your car license or something like, because you were focused on other worldly things. So, okay, I hope you found this helpful. Stay tuned for the next video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.